Antonio Senzatella travels to LA to take on the LA Dodgers tonight. Good luck, Antonio. Good luck, man. Good luck. You're in for a rude awakening tonight. We're going to talk about that shortly here. I'm going to be giving you guys an entire KJK Platinum member 6-pick flex Prizepicks ticket in this video for free because I'm a nice guy. I'm also listing that package as 50% off, as well as all my other packages 50% off right now through this week to celebrate the MLB coming back. So take advantage of that and take advantage of this free content today. If you enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, sign up on any of the apps with my links down below using my promo code or my link. These are all fantastic ways to show your support and show that you enjoy the content. Leave a comment down below. Leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the plays. I'm going to explain exactly why these are good plays and exactly why they're good plays, in particular on the app that we're attacking today, which is Prizepicks. So just keep in mind, Prizepicks will give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5 with the promo code KGKDFS. My link down below. But in the sports world of player props, there are all these different odds, all these different factors that go into what makes a good play, and these are all going to be good plays on the Prizepicks platform in particular, and I'll tell you exactly why. So we'll start things off with what I kind of talked about right off the bat because I'm excited about it. The Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Colorado Rockies. Antonio Senzatella. Antonio Senzatella, he stinks. The entire Colorado Rockies pitching staff stinks. In the Los Angeles Dodgers lineup is very good. You look at the numbers last year for Mr. Senzatella. Awful. Which, really isn't much of a difference from what we've seen from him in the past. I mean, we're talking about a guy last season, only a 9% strikeout rate versus lefties, only a 16.7% strikeout rate versus those righties. He gives up a 350 isolated power metric to righties, a 521 weighted on base average, a 371 weighted on base average. And then you go down to his barrels, 13% barrels to lefties, 18% barrels to righties. He's bad at throwing baseballs by major league hitters. He's really bad at throwing baseballs to major league hitters and making them swing and miss, which is going to be a problem for him when we look at the other side of this game and factor in his opponent, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have created a super team. They are dumb good. Their entire lineup up and down. You want to pitch around Shohei Ohtani? Good luck. You're going to have to face Mookie Betts. You want to pitch around Mookie Betts? Good luck. You're going to have to pitch to Freddie Freeman. Do you want to pitch around Freddie Freeman? Good luck. You're going to have to face Teoscar Hernandez. Do you want to... Literally the entire lineup. I guess you could say Andy Paja is at the 9 spot. Probably maybe a below average major league hitter. Maybe. This lineup's dumb. And when you have a lineup that's this good, taking on an opponent in Antonio Senzatella and the Colorado Rockies, who not only does Senzatella suck, but the Rockies bullpen sucks. They have the third worst xFIP in the entire MLB so far on this young season, over a 48.2 sample size, a 4.81 xFIP, for those of you that don't know what that stands for. Expected fielder independent pitching, where home runs are calculated as 10.5% of fly balls induced, which this just is an overall summary metric of, how much hard contact and how effective the bullpen is the way I sum that up. Yeah. Dodgers. Please. The first 2 picks in my platinum ticket that I'm sharing with you guys today feature Tommy Edman and Will Smith, both of which are going to be the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're going to put them in the same 6-pick flex because we can correlate them so that if the Dodgers score a lot of runs tonight, which I am fully anticipating that they do, there's going to be a very high chance that Tommy Edman in the 5 spot and Will Smith in the 6 spot are going to get 2 or more hits, runs, and RBIs. If they get on base and then they get hit in, that's a run. If they hit a guy in with a hit and then they get the run batted in, they capture it away. Like, literally, if It's too good to be true right now as far as these guys, and I would not be surprised if Prizepicks goes ahead and takes these guys off the board. Their odds really aren't that great, but from a correlation aspect, like this entire Dodgers team tonight looks real pretty. And how I determined who I'm going with for these first two picks is I literally went to the hits, runs, and RBI category, and I looked at which Dodgers are available because, to be frank, I don't care which ones they are. I think the entire lineup just explodes here tonight. And you can see the only two that have a standard hits, runs, and RBI prop are Will Smith listed here and Tommy Edman as well. All the rest are Demons, Green Goblins, etc. So we scroll down, you can see Tommy Edman, the 1.5. Michael Conforto now showing as available too. So, hey, Conforto could be a great play as well, but I went with Edman and Will Smith. They're towards the top of the lineup. The other thing is Conforto is a lefty, so maybe he gets pinch hit for if the Rockies bring in a left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen, whereas Tommy Edman's a switch hitter. He'll stay in, and Will Smith is the catcher. He hits righty, so he has the advantage anyways, but then on top of it, he's the catcher. They're not going to take him out. So I will kind of stand by the fact that I think that Edman and Smith are probably the best for that reason. One, they're higher up in the lineup. Two, Conforto maybe gets pinch hit if they bring in a lefty out of the bullpen. I don't think he would, but it's kind of early in the season. But anyways, Tommy Edman, Will Smith, phenomenal plays. And then we go ahead and we bring in some more research here brought to you by Outlier Guys. And I like to break down the pitch data. If you're someone that's taking MLB picks, this is just my professional opinion here as someone who's analyzed the MLB and baseball. If you are listening to someone that gives you picks based on the batter versus pitcher information, I would immediately not really credit them as a baseball analyst or pro. I'm just going to be honest. Like, Will Smith is only hitting 125 versus Antonio Senzatella over 23 plate appearances. He's not hitting well off him at all. I don't care. I don't care about batter versus pitcher data. It's the most over analyzed thing for people that really don't know what they're talking about in baseball. Senzatella throws a fastball 58.3% of the time. Will Smith features a 357 weighted on base average. I'd much rather look at that weighted on base average. There are pitchers that were phenomenal pitchers, 6 years ago that suck now. Like, for instance, Justin Verlander. No offense to Justin Verlander if he's watching my content. He's not, but phenomenal, one of the best pitchers to do it. He is now old, and his stuff is not what it used to be. So there's just a guy that comes to the top of the head. I hate to pick on Justin Verlander, but that pitcher versus hitter data is a no-go. Don't judge your picks based on that. Will Smith has exceeded the hits, runs, and RBIs in 13 of his last 16 games. Yes, please. He's in the Dodgers lineup. And then we go ahead and we analyze Mr. Tommy Edman as well. We'll bring in him. Same thing. All we really care about is that he can hit the fastball and he has a good weighted on base average versus it, because Senzatella goes to that fastball 58.3% of the time. And that is the case with Tommy Edman. He's got a 309 weighted on base average. And so we're getting two picks that are highly correlated, really good spots. And it's going to allow our 6-pick flex to really be off to a good start. If the Dodgers go out there and put up, 5-6 runs, there's a really good chance both of these guys are going to catch this prop here tonight. Okay, so these are the first two in this ticket, in the platinum ticket that I'm giving to you guys for free here today. The Tommy Edman over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. The Will Smith over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Both phenomenal props. Some really high correlation in these two as well. Like I said, obviously if the Dodgers go out there and put up a lot of runs, Tommy Edman gets on base, Will Smith hits him in, you could be off to the races very quick in your Prizepicks entry, which is what I intend to do here tonight for my VIP members and for you guys on the channel for free. Keep in mind, when you use correlation on these apps don't like it. So you can see there's going to be a payout shift taking these two together. But as we go ahead and fill out this entire 6-pick flex, when we get the entire 6 picks in it, it'll go to a standard 25x payout. So I do want to mention that. Next guy we'll cover is going to be Seth Lugo. We'll just go ahead and bring up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer for you guys. If you do not have this tool, guys, we have multi-million-dollar sportsbook data dumped into an optimizer telling us which plays are good and which plays are bad based on the millions of dollars of data that is distributed from these sportsbooks. The Seth Lugo under 5.5, if you do not know what this data means, DraftKings Sportsbooks, for instance, if you've listened to TV or any sort of sporting events, you've probably heard a DraftKings commercial. They have a minus 135 price tag on the under 5.5 strikeouts for Seth Lugo. That means they're going to make you risk $135 to win $100 to take the under, right? So we don't care whether we're taking the over or the under on this channel. All that we care is we're taking the side of the prop that is more likely to win, which is the under by like a mile. The other thing I want to say is if you ever have a prop like this where you're like, KJK, you're an idiot, the Yankees strike out a ton, whatever you think, he's taking on the Yankees tonight. I'm just using this as an example. It makes zero sense to take the over on an app like a Prizepicks. So if you're going to sit here and tell me that I'm an idiot because Lugo's going over, that's great. Don't take his over on Prizepicks because, you know, you could go to another app like you're getting charged a minus 119 price tag to take the over or the under on Prizepicks. It doesn't matter, right? So if you were to take the over 5.5 strikeouts for Seth Lugo on a site like a DraftKings, let's just say it was plus 135. You know, you're going to risk 100 to win 135. They're going to pay you out more. So if you think a guy like a Seth Lugo is going to go over, this is a perfect example. They're charging just a ton of money on the under in this case. So it makes sense to take it on a site like a Prizepicks where you're getting a better deal. But if you think he's going to go over, just go to a sports book. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. But the under 5.5 strikeouts for Seth Lugo, taking on the New York Yankees, who in this matchup, we can break down the data as well for you guys. The Yankees on the season and overall, they do have quite a few strikeouts in their lineup, 26, 24, 29, 25, 23, 28. But then we go ahead and we analyze the other side of this matchup equation, and that's Seth Lugo, who on the season is not striking out anybody to start things out here. He's only got a 10.5% K rate versus those righties so far, and he's only got a 20.8% K rate versus lefties. So he is striking out lefties at a decent clip. The righties, the K rate has dipped down major. So obviously we would prefer for there to be as many right-handed bats as possible in this lineup and or low strikeout lefties. And then we look at the current season. I will say there are some high strikeout lefties in this Yankees lineup. So we're going to need them to kind of put the ball in play here tonight. But I will reiterate, this is a bit of an odds play. I try to combine both underlying metrics and odds when it comes to my plays on these apps. And in this particular case, it's just too good of a play to be passing up on a site like a Prizepicks, where if you were to go to any other sportsbook, they're charging you like minus 135, minus 150 juice. It just makes too much sense to go ahead and put him in a 6-pick dynamic, a 6-pick flex play on a site like Prizepicks, where you're getting just such a good deal to take the under 5.5 strikeouts at only minus 119 implied odds in a 5 or 6 pick flex, right? So once again, I do kind of try to combine the combination of research and odds. Like for instance, those first two plays that I gave you guys, the Edman and the the Edman and the Will Smith props. The odds really aren't that great on these. Like if we go ahead and type them into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, you're going to see, Tommy Edman's over 0.5 singles would be the best one you could take. No thanks for me. His over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, it really isn't that favored. We go to Smith as well. Same thing. Like that's more of a correlation. Will Smith's actually favored to go under. I don't care. I think the Dodgers just put up a massive total, and I think that they're in the heart of the order where it's going to be easy for them to cast their props, and the fact that we can take both of them at a 6-pick flex entry will give us 2 legs greened out to go ahead and continue on the rest of our 6 picks. So hopefully that makes sense. You know, I'm applying different logic to different picks and trying to combine an entire really good ticket type for my platinum members, and I'm sharing it with you on the channel here for free today. Tariq Skubal, under 4.5 hits allowed. Going to be the next one on this ticket that I did send over to the platinum that I'm sharing with you for free here today. And this one is an odds play, and this one is a very good pitcher. Tariq Skubal is one of the most elite pitchers in the entire MLB. We can go ahead and talk about that here, but we go ahead and put him into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Once again, you're going to see this is a bit of an odds play. I mean, We're getting minus 119 implied odds. He's a minus 130 favorite to go under the 4.5 hits a lot on Pinnacle, minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 135 on BetMGM, minus 133 on BetOnline, minus 135 on Bovada. Like, literally every single one of these sports books aggressively favoring his under, and it makes a lot of sense. From an underlying metric aspect, it's Tariq Skubal. He's one of the best pitchers in the MLB. The Milwaukee Brewers, so far on the season, have really struggled versus left-handed pitching. We look at their numbers overall over the last 2 seasons. They look pretty respectable. You know, they got some strikeouts, but there's some decent weighted on base average numbers here. But then we go ahead and we crank this bad boy to the current season numbers, and you're going to see very quickly that these Milwaukee Brewers are struggling versus left-handed pitching. 0 ISO, like, just have not been hitting for power. The weighted on base average is way down. Putting the ball in play a decent amount here at the bottom of the order because they're not striking out. But when you're taking out a guy like a Tariq Skubal, who's really good at not only striking hitters out, but all of the categories, inducing soft contact, you can see last year, not a lot of isolated power given up to both sides. The weighted on base average is phenomenal. He doesn't walk guys. The strikeout rate's up. He's just an all-around elite pitcher. So Tariq Skubal is very difficult to hit. The odds are indicating to us that they expect him to give up 4 or less hits tonight, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's one of the best pitchers in the MLB. He's taking on a Milwaukee Brewers squad tonight that's been really struggling in the early going versus left-handed pitching. Yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. I will gladly, promote that play and lock it into my ticket. The 4.5 hits allowed, the under here for Tariq Skubal is the next one. And once again, that is part of the entire 6-pick flex that we're creating here, guys. It's gonna give you a full 25x payout by the time you get all of these locked in. It's gonna show that it's a payout shift once you lock in the Edman and the Will Smith over hits and runs and RBIs. But then you go ahead and fill out the rest of it. The last 2 we got, we're gonna take the Jameson Taillon and Dylan Cease Chicago Cubs at San Diego Padres under 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Once again, an odds play. Once again, something that if you were to take on another sports book that's not Prizepicks, you're going to be paying a much larger price. So I want to be putting it in my Prizepicks entry, taking advantage of the discount we're getting in a 5 or 6-pick flex. This game is going to be played in San Diego tonight, which is a good pitching ballpark. For those of you that don't know, we can go and pull up the data here for San Diego. And you can see Petco Park. See all this red, 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 yellow going on here? Not a good hitting environment. So that's good for pitching, which is good because we don't want there to be runs scored in the first inning. So an example of a good ballpark here would be like Nationals Park. You see all this green going on. We go down to Petco Park. All these ballparks are different. It's on the West Coast as well, which early in the season it tends to be colder weather, which means the ball doesn't fly as well. It's tougher on hitting. These are all good things, but regardless, this is going to be an odds play. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up the first inning runs allowed. You're going to see Mr. Jameson Taillon and Dylan Cease. So you got to go to the first inning runs allowed on the Prizepicks board, and they have both the starting pitchers listed for the first inning runs allowed, and it's the Jameson Taillon and Dylan Cease under 0.5 first inning runs allowed. All right, it's one of those weird ones on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer where it brings in the data, but you got to kind of hunt it down here. It's a minus 125 favorite in all these different sports books, guys, like we discussed. Minus 130, minus 130, minus 130, minus 140 here to go under the San Diego Padres and Chicago Cubs. Once again, if you were to go to a sports book, it's listed as, that game first inning runs under. But on the Prizepicks board, it's just going to be the 2 starting pitchers listed. And you're going to want to go ahead and lock in the under 0.5. First inning runs allowed for Jameson Taillon and Dylan Cease, the Chicago Cubs and San Diego Padres game, right? So it's favored on all these different sports books. It's Jameson Taillon, it's Dylan Cease, both decent pitchers. Cease is better than Taillon, but that's the next one here in this slip here today that I'm sharing with you. And the last one, but certainly not the least one, is going to be the Grant Holmes over 2.5 earned runs allowed so far on the season. This guy has absolutely stunk compared to numbers we've seen in the past from him. I mean, he's kind of a newer pitcher. We don't have the largest of sample sizes with him. Looks like in real time, this prop is no longer available, which really does stink. That was going to be the last and final one. The Grant Holmes over 2.5 earned runs allowed. I mean, it was a phenomenal prop. I can go ahead and pull up the OddsJam Sportsbook screen to kind of give you guys a preview as to why I liked this prop. because, I mean, he was just aggressively favored on all of these different sports books. We were getting -119 on Prizepicks. I do like to kind of explain my reasoning to you guys if at all possible. And OddsJam does have a beautiful sportsbook screen that's going to bring in every single thing of odds under the sun that you could possibly want. This is another tool that I'm using. Guys, I got a multi-million dollar, just thousands and thousands and millions of dollars of data at my fingertips every single day that all cost a lot of money. So it's just another reason to be going in my my premium content packages. Take advantage of the 50% discount while you can. But you can see Grant Holmes is a -147 favorite to give up over 2.5 runs on Pinnacle Sportsbook tonight. They have him as like even money on DraftKings. So I will say if you're a DraftKings Sportsbook user and you're listening to this content, that would be a great place to be taking it, honestly. But there are multiple sharper markets, a bunch of different data points taking, aggressively favoring him to give up over 2.5 runs here tonight. And it makes a lot of sense to me. He's taking on a Toronto squad tonight that has a pretty hefty implied run total. They've been pretty good on the season. They don't strike out, and Grant Holmes' weakness is if he cannot strike you out, he's been giving up a ton of hard contact. So that really stuck out to me. I guess I'm taking longer to explain this with you not being able to get it in. I just want to always explain my plays, especially being that I'm giving you guys like free premium plays here today, and my premium members might be watching or whatever the case may be, or you're getting to know me and wanting to know kind of know what I'm talking about here. I mean, this guy's just been awful so far. He has a 31.6% K rate to righties, but outside of that, he's walking guys like crazy. He's got over a 20% walk rate to lefties, over a 15% walk rate to righties, and he's just giving up so much hard contact. He can't throw strikes. He's giving up a lot of hard contact. It's a recipe for disaster to just be letting guys on base and giving up runs. So then you factor in this Blue Jay squad. They really don't strike out. So the fact that the only thing he's been able to do really is sometimes strike guys out, and he walks guys at a high clip, like it's not going to be pretty for him. And I talked about how some sharper books like a Pinnacle, known as the sharpest, smartest sports book in the world, is heavily favoring his over 2.5 earned runs allowed, as you can see, with a -147 price tag. And that's why Prizepicks took it off the board. They're saying this is too good of a prop. We don't want to, let our users beat us too bad. Hopefully, maybe they put him back up, but I don't think they will, man. They have the Demon available, the Green Goblin, or the other Demon here. So, anyways, I tried to give you a full 6-pick flex for free on the channel. Just take the plays. It's free content, man, and they're actual platinum plays that I provided my platinum members. So you're seeing me pull my Discord up with this full entire 6-pick flex at the time of recording. This is what it is. We got that Tommy Edman over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. The Will Smith over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Seth Lugo under 5.5 strikeouts. The Tariq Skubal under 4.5 hits allowed. The Jameson Taillon and Dylan Cease, Chicago Cubs, San Diego Padres under 0.5 first inning runs allowed. And the Grant Holmes over 2.5 earned runs allowed. They took it off the board, which is a good indicator. Even though it stinks, it's a good indicator that I and my my platinum members, my VIP members that were able to lock this in got a really good play. That's just kind of what happens. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below, and take advantage of the 50% off, guys. Feel free to track these plays, see how they go. Obviously, I'm coming on and giving you the full breakdown, the full reasoning, so you can see all that goes into my process. There's a lot that goes into it. You can see the results, and if you're like, this guy knows what he's talking about, I want access to all of his plays, you can get in my Discord, and you can get access to every single one of these bad boys every single day. Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you all the best of luck on your MLB player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.